friends, I'm Nancy, and I want to welcome you back to Wishes and Weeds. As you probably know, this October I'm sharing a special project with you, a month-long creative journey I'm calling Harvest of Memories. So far this month, I have posted a short video every day with a little spark of inspiration. It might be a journal prompt or an easy journal embellishment, an autumn bucket list activity, or even a quirky holiday celebration. So I'd love it if you could join in, post your own creations throughout the month using the hashtag Harvest of Memories, and think of each episode in this series as small, joyful ways to slow down, get creative, and gather memories in your journals. So today, I'm doing something completely unique. I'm so excited about it. In fact, yesterday was the 17th. I hope it was the 17th. Did I write down 17th? I did. Good for you, Nancy. I'm going to skip a page because I need a double page spread for this layout. I'll take this extra page out. So today, October 18th, 2025, is World Menopause Day, honoring women's wisdom and change. So I have got some stuff prepared. Let me just pull that down. The purpose of World Menopause Day is to bring awareness, conversation, and compassion, recognizing menopause as a natural stage in a woman's life and one that's often overlooked. But it's also about wisdom, change, and the beauty of continuing to grow. So I've got these templates here. These are canning jars, and I have printed them. I'll share the links in the description below. I printed them free off the internet. These ones I printed at 85% just to give some more diversity in size. These ones I printed at 100%. I printed them on old cardstock, and I printed the lids a second time because I'll be cutting those out to put on top of the jars. You'll see what I mean. So I've got each of these jars, and what I want to do, well, I should start with the background. I've got this wallpaper. I believe Alice gave this to me. I'm going to cut these down just a 1/4 inch smaller than each page. So these are 8 by 5.5. 8 by almost 5.5. But why don't I know this? 8 3/8. Okay. Or 5 3/8, sorry. So 5 3/8 minus 1/4 is 5 1/8. Allegedly. So I did research. Wouldn't be Nancy video without some research. Generally, menopause usually occurs between 45 and 55. The average age for menopause in North America is 51. And according to the World Health Organization, there are currently 1 billion women worldwide experiencing menopause. That's a whole lot of heat. Okay, my height was 8, I believe. Yeah, so I'm going to go 7 3/4. And what am I doing? Something's wrong here. Oh, I gotta cut both ends. In different cultures, menopause is treated differently. So, for example, in Japan, women at the time of menopause become elders and keepers of wisdom. It's considered a rite of passage, and there is a word for menopause. I'm going to butcher it. It's konenki, Konenki, and it's associated with renewal and energy, not loss. Now, before I glue these down, I may or may not want to stitch them. We don't have to think about that right now. I'm not gluing anything down until I've fully considered all of the options. So today the journal spread is going to be about preserving wisdom and creativity and beauty in these jars. So I am going to just put this aside and grab some acetate. I don't think I put it away yet. Oh, yeah, I did. Okay, and I have some pressed flowers that I've been gathering on my walks. I also have some leaves, but let's look at the flowers. Okay. Yep, I think that's going to work. I'm not going to glue these down. They're not going to move anywhere. But I am going to just run a bead of glue outside the jar. Here's one. Just want to make sure I'm picking the best ones. Yeah, these are just weeds I've found on the side of the walking path. Okay, gotta cut off a couple of things. Oh, rats. All right. So I will be stitching around the jars, which is why I'm just using the glue to hold the acrylic down. Not the acrylic. Well, it probably is acrylic. I don't know. What do I know? Hope I have some big enough pieces in here. Well, I can cut new pieces. Yep. Let's grab that. There's a little milkweed seed there, I think. There we go. That looks good. Happy with that. Now, pardon me while I do some stitching, and then when we come back, I will show you how I intend to treat the tops of the jars. Okay, sewing's done. I did go around the wallpaper with some gold thread. Let's see if we can get it glued down. So as I work on this today, it's Thanksgiving Day. Turkey bird is in the oven. And potatoes are peeled. Table is set. Got all my serving dishes on the counter. I made my pie last night. So I can craft for the rest of the day. And it's a gorgeous sunny day out there. Maybe we'll go for a bit of a walk after dinner. Perfect. Okay, let's take a look at those jars. I mean, there's no need to tie these off because I'll be gluing on top of on top of the stitches, so I'm not going to bother, although it's giving me a little bit of a panic that I'm not. But I am going to press down those sewing spots that the needle went through the cardstock, and then we'll cut out one, and I'll let you know how I intend to treat the jar lids. Let's do a big one. All right. Now, I don't need to cut any of the roundy parts out because I'll be covering that up. But I'm going to cut right on the edge of the jar. I'll just go slow. Just like that. And I'm going to cut off the extra. Sorry, let me get my cord out of the road. And I'm going to cut on the inside. All right, there's one. Let's cut out the jar lid. Ta-da! Okay. So I want to cover this with fabric. Let me grab some fabric here. Sorry, my fabric I want to use is all underneath all these books. Okay. So I have some vintage things here. I don't know if these are going to be big enough. This one will be big enough. Yeah, they might be okay. Okay, I think that'll be a good start. I'm going to use a glue stick. And then I'll use a glue stick to glue over the fabric over the edge to the back. Of course, you don't need to use fabric. You can use paper or leave them plain. Get a little glue stick here. If you are Canadian, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. If you're a lady of mature years, I hope you've had a great menopause. A season of change. All right, what else did I learn? 75% of women have hot flashes. But in cultures where diets are more heavily plant-rich, they're often milder. That sounds like a lie, doesn't it? Okay. There's one. Shall we do one more? Oh, I thought I'd put one of my gray hairs in there. It was on top, not inside. And where's the lid for that one? If you need different jars, more jars, there's lots and lots of free templates available online. I just searched on Pinterest, and that's how I came up with these ones. Sleep changes are common in menopause. Oh, tell me about it. And the research says herbal teas and journaling can help restore sleep. Also, a lie. I don't know who did this research. Okay, I'm going to use this one. This was somebody's patch from a quilt project. So I think as women we need to redefine menopause because somebody's making up big lies. So let's think about menopause like autumn. It's a season of transformation and letting go, but it's also a season of deep roots and wisdom and warmth. time. And even though some of us don't have such a great time with menopause, there's good treatment out there. And there's great events that come with aging, coming into the end of our careers perhaps, or our families are growing with spouses for our children, and grandchildren are coming along. Not sure why this isn't sticking. Let's give it some more glue and a little ease. So there's much to be happy about this time of life. Here we go. That's better. Problem is my fingers are sticky. If I got a baby wipe somewhere, take some of the sticky off. And just like autumn, change can be beautiful. Something to look forward to. I'm not sure why this fabric is being problematic, but I'm going to clip it down. Okay, I'm going to finish these up. I'll come back and we'll do the next step. All right, so I have added a little frill to the bottom of these jar lids. I haven't got them glued down yet, but I thought I'd show you how I did that. So I'm going to take a pair of pinking shears and cut that. Now this one probably won't be long enough, so I'm going to match up two pieces. I'll cut it about 3/4 of an inch. And here we go. Using quite a bit of glue there. I'm just putting some tiny pleats this raw edge I'll turn over, just so it doesn't look like I've pieced together two pieces. And when you're doing the little flounce there, make sure that your fabric is facing the correct direction. I'm using art glitter glue because I've got a new manicure and I don't want the fabric glue to take my new manicure off. But you might have better luck with fabric glue. Okay. So I'm going to glue these down. This time I will use fabric glue. Wait for the glue to come down. Yeah. Perfect. Cute, cute, cute. So here's what my finished page looks like. I'm considering putting labels on the jars. I actually made a 5th jar. I think you can see that. When I glued them down, I just glued the edge so that I could have the jars could be pockets. And I made this tag to do some journaling. So whether it's going to be a sticker like label or if I'm going to do tags from the little strings, I don't know yet. But let me hold this up so you can see it a little better without the glare of the light. I hope you enjoyed this project. In my research, I learned that in Indigenous communities, elders often mark menopause with ceremonial gatherings to honor the transition and share wisdom. And that really resonated with me. Around the world, women are supporting one another through these changes, and that's a reminder that we're never truly alone in our journeys. So in this community, we celebrate all of life's seasons, each one rich with meaning. So I hope you enjoyed celebrating this season with me today. If this topic speaks to you, whether you're in this stage or you're approaching it or supporting someone who is, I invite you to reflect, create, and then share your story with #Harvest of Memories and tagging me at Wishes and Weeds. And just like autumn, change is natural and beautiful. Take care of yourselves. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.